We're talking about pride, love, loss, ego, money, and what happens when someone wants to re-enter your life after doing you dirty, and only once the consequences of their actions finally catch up to them. Yep, we're talking about Iman Shumpert, who, according to recent reports, is trying to slide back into Teyana Taylor's life just days after their divorce was finalized. But is this a genuine attempt at reconciliation or a last-ditch effort to avoid financial fallout and emotional accountability? Now, if you've been online at all recently, especially on Black Twitter or celeb gossip pages, you've seen the whispers. Folks are saying Iman is trying hard, real hard, to make a comeback. But before we get into the why now, let's rewind and look at how we got here. Because this isn't just about one breakup. This is about a public unraveling of a relationship that once represented something so beautiful to so many people. Once upon a time, Iman and Teyana were considered Black love royalty. I mean, real talk, they were the couple people posted under the goals hashtag. They were cool, stylish, talented, and always seemed deeply connected. From red carpets to Instagram captions, from their reality show to adorable family moments, they had the image of a modern-day power couple. They made marriage look like teamwork. They were raising their kids, building businesses, and showing the world that young Black love could not only survive but thrive. But of course, as we've seen time and time again, sometimes what glitters on the surface doesn't reflect what's happening behind closed doors. As the marriage started to fall apart, Teyana didn't stay silent. She didn't let tabloids tell her story. She took control of the narrative and, in a heartfelt but clear way, let the public know she was done. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect. She opened up about how she'd been carrying the weight of the relationship, how she felt emotionally neglected and disrespected, and how she couldn't keep giving love to someone who wasn't reciprocating it in the way she deserved. And let's be clear, she didn't blast him just to humiliate him. She spoke from a place of exhaustion and healing. She had clearly tried everything she could to make it work. But like many women, especially Black women, who find themselves being both the nurturer and the one holding the entire relationship together, she finally said enough is enough. Her healing wasn't performative, it was purposeful. That moment when she said, "My healing about it most," I was really about that hit deep. It wasn't about punishing Iman, it was about no longer punishing herself by staying in something broken. And since the separation, Teyana has been focused on peace, parenting, growth, and securing her empire. She's been booked, blessed, and unbothered. And honestly, she's been glowing ever since. So naturally, the world was rooting for her to win, especially after seeing what she endured. But now, with the ink barely dry on the divorce papers, the internet is buzzing because a man is reportedly trying to work his way back into her life. Now, we don't know exactly what his intentions are, but the timing, it's raising a lot of eyebrows. Let's break it down. First, there's the emotional layer. People close to the situation are saying Iman's been obsessed with getting her back. And when I say obsessed, I mean texting her, reaching out to mutual friends, and suddenly pushing a narrative about family unity and healing. He's reportedly been saying things like their kids need both parents under one roof, and that they should show their daughters what Black love and Black excellence look like. On the surface, it sounds noble, sounds heartfelt. But when you connect the dots, that's when it gets complicated. Because just days before all this started, Iman lost big in court. And I'm not just talking about pride, I'm talking about money. Real money. A Fulton County judge ordered Iman to pay a 7-figure lump sum to Teyana as part of the divorce settlement. That means millions, withins. Not only that, but he also has to pay $8,000 a month in child support. On top of that, he's responsible for 100% of their daughter's private school tuition. That's full tuition for both girls, not split, not partial, all on him. Now add legal fees, and it's clear this divorce hit him hard financially. Meanwhile, Teyana walked away solid. She retained full ownership of her brands. TaylorMade and Aunties kept all her jewelry and got several vehicles. A $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, a tour bus, and a Bronco truck. Not to mention, she kept 4 of their marital properties, reportedly valued at over $10 million. So if we're being honest, she didn't just leave the relationship emotionally free, she left with a portfolio. But Iman didn't go down without a fight. After that first court decision, he filed to appeal. He wanted the terms changed, the amounts adjusted, anything to take some of that financial weight off his shoulders. But here's the kicker. That appeal just got shut down. And the original ruling, it stood firm. So not only is he still responsible for all those payments, but now he's got additional legal costs to worry about. That's a whole new level of pressure. And it's right after all that he starts talking about getting back together. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible for someone to have a change of heart, but the coincidence is a little too on the nose. It's one thing to want to fix a broken family. It's another to try and patch things up because your bank account is bleeding. And a lot of fans think that's what's really going on here. Let's not forget, Iman's been acting differently ever since Aaron Pierre came into the picture. Teyana was spotted spending time with the British actor who's been cast as Mufasa in Disney's upcoming Lion King prequel. And honestly, the chemistry looked real. Nothing over the top, but just enough for people to start wondering if Teyana had found someone who sees her. Someone who appreciates her the way she always deserved. And ever since then, Iman's behavior has reportedly shifted. There have been whispers that he's been trying to disrupt whatever she and Aaron might have going on. Calling it jealousy wouldn't be a stretch, because when a man doesn't want you but really doesn't want to see you with someone else, it's not about love. It's about ego. It's about control. What makes this story even deeper is how it reflects a pattern that a lot of women, especially successful Black women, can relate to. You give your all in a relationship. You pour from a full cup until you're empty. You stay loyal through the disrespect. You fight for the love. But when you finally walk away to save yourself, that's when he wants to act right. That's when the grand gestures come. The "I've changed" texts. The "let's fix it" for the kids' phone calls. And sometimes, the only reason he wants to come back is because he finally sees what it cost him to lose you. So when Iman starts talking about family values now, after years of allegedly cheating, lying, and emotionally neglecting Teyana, it doesn't sit right with fans. It feels too late, too convenient, and too tied to that court ruling for people to believe it's sincere. The saddest part in all of this is that it didn't have to be this way. Iman had a beautiful woman, a growing family, and a platform that could expand it into something legendary. But as we've seen time and time again, access to greatness doesn't mean someone knows how to protect it. He had Queen, and he fumbled the bag, both emotionally and financially. So now the question becomes, what's next for Teyana? Should she even entertain a conversation with Iman? Should she consider the idea of reconciliation if it might help their kids in some way? Or should she stay firmly on the path she's been walking, one of peace, independence, and emotional clarity? From the outside looking in, it seems like Teyana has already made her decision. She's not just surviving, she's thriving. Her career is flourishing. Her kids are thriving. Her energy is protected. She's surrounded by real love, not performance. And maybe, just maybe, she's finally in a space where she's being loved the way she always loved others. Fully, intentionally, and without excuses. At the end of the day, Iman's story is one we've seen many times. A man doesn't realize what he has until it's gone. But realizing you lost something great doesn't mean you're entitled to get it back. Growth is personal. Healing is private. And peace, that's something you don't risk once you finally find it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Iman truly wants his family back for the right reasons? Or is this just damage control now that the money's gone? Should Teyana give him a second chance? Or is this chapter closed for good?